AI insights have generally led to significant cost saving, creating opportunities for businesses to hire more efficiently and also enhance their overall performance. I think this really highlights AI's transformative potential to drive productivity gains. And this is by obviously augmenting human capabilities rather than replacing roles, which is really underpins their point of not really affecting the sort of unemployment rate from that. So one interesting point that they do say is, after all, the advent of the calendar didn't make anyone redundant, and the Kindle hasn't obliterated publishing. So true. And I think, again, it applies to specific companies. I think when we look at some of the takeaways, we'll probably highlight that. There was also a really nice quote that was from Theo Blackwell, MBE, London's Chief Digital Officer from Greater London Authority. And I found it interesting. He says, successful AI goes hand in hand with the key tenets of the digital revolution: understanding user needs, continuous improvement, organizational change, and trust. I thought those were some really good points, because it's always got to come down to our sort of core UX and what are the user's needs, and how can we drive that innovation, and how can we fundamentally change processes in organizations and build trust through that to have these kind of refined processes that allow us to output better software and innovative products. So those are pretty interesting kind of points in that statement. Then kind of going on to, I think, something broader from that, they were referring to just in the differences. So having those clients in the US and the UK, they were really highlighting that countries like the UK are far too conservative with their approach to AI. So I think their approach has been very much, let's take a step back and let's do this cautiously. And the disparity between that approach and the US, which is very much like, yes, this is an opportunity, we can improve our products, let's just grab it and jump in. Just really saying that it highlights the needs for a more proactive UK approach, getting, for countries that are risk averse to move beyond that risk aversion and kind of embrace the opportunities that AI presents to them, and not really fall behind the global stage, which is a good point. It's interesting to see the different approaches based on kind of geographic location and how a country may advance with that technology.
Yeah, I'm curious, because if you take China, India, some of these other countries where, they've got obviously a lot of tech on their side, a lot of engineering, they're going to embrace new tech to get that, extra leg up, which I know they are considerably, but you also have a lot of content generation that's probably being done now, but also customer service is also outsourced to these countries as well. Does that scare them from that side of things, where they're going to lose a lot of market share to AI on that side of the fence? But then with tech, they're going to accelerate, especially with people that are maybe not as good, but they'll be able to at least set the bar a little bit higher, because they'll be able to be a little bit more efficient. But again, when that bar gets raised on one side, it also on developers and tech people on our side also will utilize the same thing. So it's almost like it's a null advantage.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, it is, and I guess those are all the areas that it will be shaped. If we look at the takeaways that AI that they've put forward, is that large businesses, especially those that have a lot of data, they obviously stand to gain the most from embracing AI. So, you think a lot of their clients would be customers who have that, and the processes can really be improved and they can leverage that data. If you look at their specific products, like I think one was supervised AI, where there's sort of specifically trained AI machine learning on companies' data to kind of on companies' data to surface good insights. So it's all those that can probably grow in the market versus a lot of the sectors like customer success. And it's a good point mentioning India has got a massive advantage there and a good piece of the market. But if that goes to AI, then what does happen? How can they shift and not suffer large job losses as well?